Sprite changed their bottle from green to clear specifically to make it harder for you to spot them in landfills. Every single retail store's clothes you buy are dirty. There's no way for them to wash or disinfect them after they get off the truck or when they get returned. Olive Garden breadsticks are just store-bought Franz brand breadsticks covered in margarine. Credit card companies frequently change your ARP without even telling you, but they'll do it 3 or 4 decimal places out so you don't notice. So instead of charging 15.99%, they'll charge you 15.9994%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if they do it to all their customers, they earn so much money. Unless your dog got into a fight, dog boarders and groomers are just going to tell you they were a good boy or girl, even if they weren't. Casino security cameras can see everything, down to the dots on a dice. Oh, wow. And their policy is to not look down women's blouses, but 80% of audits result in a return, which is somehow comforting but also terrifying. Teachers are so burnt out that they'd rather give a student a passing grade than deal with the whole process of holding them back.
People like McDonald's, I'm going, ah. In fact, they use downer cows. I don't know if you know what a downer cow is. I used to work on farms in New Zealand. My first business was the modern farm system is so bad for animals, okay? That milk cow specifically, they push them so hard to produce milk, the cow just basically it's almost like fainting. They can't stand up. Their bottom legs come out from under them, and you call them downer cows. So eventually you have to hit them with a bolt. And McDonald's, you're getting that downer cows.
Right. And when I found out that McDonald's have a contract with over 10,000 hospitals across the world.
Why not?
I'm trying to figure out, how does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
How does that make sense, bro?
When did you ever go into a hospital to recover from anything and feel like you were better in any way in this sterile environment with these laminate floors, with these walls that look like you're actually about to be processed for a custodial sentence? Where did you ever feel?
That's why I call a hospital a house of hospitality.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, the house of hospitality. I'll make you comfortable until you die. Don't worry. I'll make you comfortable. Electric this, electric that.
Nothing to worry about when you're dying, right?
You get what I'm saying?
This will freak you out. According to an online conspiracy, microwaving great value milk changes its color. I tested this by microwaving a glass for 3 minutes, and surprisingly, the color darkened. I can't confirm if this was due to the microwaving or another factor such as the glass used. Do you drink Walmart brand milk? This is concerning. I came across a meme alleging that Great Value chips may contain a causing ingredient, so I decided to verify if this was true.
Is it supposed to say it on there? Like, what word is he looking
I was unable to locate the exact warning sign. Have you seen this before? I discovered a suspicious box in our neighborhood, and upon opening it, I was shocked by what I found inside.
Carrots are man-made, not healthy. Spinach is acidic, this is man-made. Don't use big limes, use the small key limes. Kiwi, man-made, acidic, not natural. Strawberries, alkaline, they are red, good for the blood. Never use seedless grapes or any seedless fruit, make sure they are always seeded. Pears are natural, they are alkaline. Dates are alkaline, they are good for building muscle. Dragon fruit, this is unnatural, acidic. Pineapple does not grow on its own in the wild, it's unnatural. Parsley is alkaline, good for detoxification. Potatoes contain starch which thickens your blood, acidic. Instead, use chocho. Garlic is toxic, they used to rub their bullets in garlic oil in World War II. Turmeric is fake, this is acidic. Instead, use ginger. Ginger is the real turmeric. Broccoli is unnatural, this is acidic. Cucumbers, alkaline. Lettuce, this is acidic. Apples, alkaline, make sure they are not shiny because they are waxed. Big bananas, these are full of starch, acidic. Watermelon, very powerful, alkaline, make sure it's seeded. Your eyes are designed to seek colour because we have trichromatic vision. Do not fall for the trap. Consumption of acidic, unnatural foods creates an acidic environment within your body, meaning bacteria can thrive, triggering the body to produce mucus to counteract the large volume of bacteria. Mucus serves as the body's defense mechanism. However, an excess of mucus can potentially lead into diseases.
When you drink alcohol, doesn't it allow for possession?
Absolutely. Alcohol, from alcohol, it's an Arabic word, and it means flesh-eating spirit. Jinn. They say jinn will make you sin. Well, in Islam, that fiery spirit is called the jinn, J-I-N-N. People, when you drink alcohol, and you try to come up with all these reasons why you drink the alcohol, you're sabotaging yourself.
This is the winner of Eurovision 2024.
What's
Nema,
Eurovision?
representing Switzerland. This person is also wearing a crown of thorns that was given by one of the runner-ups named Bambi Thug that represents Ireland. Now, before I show you why you don't play with God and the crown of thorns, I don't know if you know what she did for her performance. I made a whole video on it, so you can just check that out, but it was a full-on satanic ritual along with demonic possession. I mean, she literally admitted it herself. Watch this real quick.
Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. And I'm a witch!
Alright, sorry you had to see that, but Nemo goes up on stage and he grabs his award for getting first place in the whole contest. Once he claims it, he goes out and celebrates in front of the stage, and just look what happens. Once he places his trophy on the ground, it shatters.
Dang.
I didn't just break the code, I also broke the trophy. And I broke my thumb as well.
It's so funny, there was a movie that came out years ago called Soylent Green.
Ooh, I haven't heard that.
They didn't know what this substance was that people was eating. The government was giving it to them. There was a famine. And they didn't know what it was. It was green. And then one guy found out, went all the way to the factory and found out it was people. Now, for some reason, we can't perceive that because our mind is not that wicked. But you don't know evil like people who are sold out to Satan. They evil, they wicked, their mind is that wicked. If you study Revelation, you see how wicked the mind of people are. And it's not just their mind. We know they're motivated by spirits to do this stuff. But this is what Satan's goal is. He hates humanity. He wants to destroy God's creation. And he wants to destroy God's creation while they are at the epitome of sin. So they'll be damned. Not only will they be destroyed, but they'll be damned to hell forever. So
forever.
The Bible says if you don't receive this mark, you will not be able to buy or sell, so you won't be able to eat. Say eat. Now we're going to control you through making sure you eat or don't eat, right? And we're only going to have one resource that we have a lot of because there is a famine. So what we have a lot of is people that need to be disposed of. The Bible says that people will eat their children. I'm just telling you what the Bible is saying.
That's real.
My favorite conspiracy theory by far is the conspiracy theory that there is no conspiracy theories. Like, why the fuck do everybody believe everything is a conspiracy theory? People thought it was a conspiracy theory when only a small amount of companies owned every single brand you could possibly imagine. That turned out to be real. People thought it was a conspiracy theory when they thought there was only a small amount of people who owned every single television network. That turned out to be real. Even cryptids. There's so many cryptids that have been proven to be real that before were considered fake. For the longest time, a lot of people thought dinosaurs weren't real, and those were proven to be real. But then there's another side to it. A dinosaur could also be considered a dragon. We act like the government ain't never lied to us before. All they gotta do is shave off the horns and take away the wings, and boom, you got a dinosaur. They look exactly the same. And no, all dragons don't have to fly. All dragons don't have to breathe fire. There's different types of dragons. There's water dragons. There's dragons that are designed just for land, and there are dragons that fly. Same thing with dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs that fly. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be in water. There's dinosaurs that spit fucking acid. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be on land and run. You never fully know what you think you know. There's always a deeper meaning to everything you could possibly imagine. Especially when the government controls all the media and all the belief systems we come to know as the truth in life. We never truly fully know anything. That's why the conspiracy theory of there's no conspiracy theories is fucking stupid.
This is the first time the world gonna hear this. For sure. I want everybody to kind of like know, right? The story of God is deep. Because when you talk about God, a lot of people think I disrespect God. A lot of people think that I think there's no God. But I'm going to tell you this. The earth that we live in is a mirror. We so many mirrors away from the true essence. To call him God would be disrespectful because he make gods. So if something create gods, how can you call them a god? It got to be better than a god. Because Right?
Okay, let me say this. He say he making this.
He's not he. He's not he. Listen, he has no gender. He above gender. He above race.
Got you. Okay, right. You go with that.
When we say he, we only say he because of the language, but we don't even have language. What you hear is that for real. But it come out as words in your head.
Got you.
But for real, you hear frequencies from my mouth. I have no words.
Well, God says,
God ain't never said.
Then he making it, well, whatever you want to call he, she, whatever, but that God says he's making it in his same creation.
And Enoch said that. Listen, I'm breaking it down to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the heavens, and then it was a heaven, right? Everything that was there, they try to recreate here. Right, let me tell you what I mean, right? If you check your skin, right, you're gonna tell your skin is older than this earth here. That means that this is not the original earth, right? If your skin is older than this earth, what do that mean? But the scientists will tell you this, right? Your skin is older than earth. That's one thing, right? And a lot of people don't know. Y'all don't know that, right? Another thing is this, right? This planet is stimulated by the same Anunnakis, right? But this is how it goes. When they came to fall from the heavens. They was blindfolded, didn't understand that there was no God, and they got to creating without him. That's what our mama. But he must want them to do it because everything got a balance.
Right.
So our mama, so you gonna call them bad, but I'm gonna call them good because without them, you get no me.
Okay.
By now, y'all know that the Matrix is a real thing. It's just a little more a lot more complicated, and is more complex than what we're told it is. But the reason why everybody is coming into awakening is because the Matrix has been taken down. And I know you may not understand what that is because it's more from a quantum level, but you know that the earth has a grid around it. And when I explain this, because I don't like to go back and explain, so this goes for everything. With this grid, there's a grid around every aspect of us. There's a grid around just about everything, right? There's grids, right? So the Earth's grid has been manipulated, and there was a false grid that was put over it. Now, in order to learn or understand what the false grid looked like, you would have to understand photons and something that you might not have heard of. Well, maybe sophons. Sophons is synthetic. Photons is organic. Okay, so when you're looking at everything in the multiverse, you're looking at organic or you're looking at inorganic. And inorganic is more, inorganic is inorganic, but it's all of it is AI in nature. It's artificial stuff that the fallen angels were able to use and manipulate and create, because I tell y'all that they don't have the ability to create without our energy, and that's what they use. They call it loosh, but fear is a major factor. That's why I've been so concerned with humanity's ability to stay high in their energy and frequency. And let me tell you something. This is not only why we're awakening. Okay, the matrix has been taken down, and I explained that it was multiple matrices. It wasn't just one matrix. It's sun, moon, this one, and that one, and that one, and Mars, and this. All of these things have been connected. We all are connected. And even the understanding of that, and all that get understanding, I tell y'all. And so giving you an understanding of it is what I aim to do when I come in here, to give you a better understanding give you a better picture of the synthetics that have been manipulated and put over synthetic systems in every area and aspect of our lives. So that's what we've been dealing with, a whole lot of false, fake stuff. Fake. Anyway, we don't have that problem anymore. Okay. And in saying that, just to let you know, they are expecting a solar flash at some point. The way we will know about this is because of our resonance and our frequencies, and we will feel it, the intensity of it prior to it getting here. And it's nothing that we need to build shelters for or anything like that. This is a whole nother thing that God is going to do for us. And that's only because of where we are now and our positivity, vibration, frequency level. And we're not allowing the fear to pull us the other way, because they are still, and what we're dealing with is the minions, the remnant of, you know how
in a computer, when you turn the computer on or turn the computer off. Turn the computer off. Let's look at that one. That's what really is going on. When you turn it off and it takes a moment to dissipate, it don't go off exactly. You see that light still on even though you done pull the plug, but it takes a while to kind of get out. That's what's going on with the consciousness of people right now and these demons, because they've been taken out. I'm telling you, honey, they gone. Okay, y'all ain't got to worry about that. But their consciousness, what we didn't understand and everybody didn't understand, and the Christian folks, y'all know I was born and raised in the church. Lord have mercy. Been preaching all my life. I'm telling you, and saving and delivering and praying for people. All of this stuff is quantum stuff, you all. God is so into and all about the science world and the quantum world and religious teachings and all of that stuff. It's all involved in this, but it's been convoluted because they created a lot of it, but they had to tell us the truth while misleading at the same time. This is the system. God is not going to allow some things to go down. And so anyway, there was no way that they could actually pierce our souls, because that's where God lies. And we're going to talk about all of that. I think I put up something yesterday where I just said God is in us, and I had essence, consciousness, frequency, and energy there. And that was just trying to give you an idea of that. But anyway, I know I come on here and I talk a long time, and y'all, I hope y'all have patience for this, because this is a long ride that we're getting ready to go on. The main thing that I need you to know right now is that the government is going to do all kinds of things. And remember, the Pentagon controls the movie industry. So no matter where they can operate, they're going to operate to get us to be delusional, mad, and upset, and they trying to get us to fight. We're not going to do that. We are not going to go down that Civil War road, but they're going to do everything they possibly can. And the fear factor, people are coming on telling you to be scared of stuff and get yourself ready. Only thing you're going to get yourself ready is to receive the power of God that's in you, because it's rising up. I'm telling you. And when you start doing things that you couldn't believe that you could ever even believe you could do, things are getting ready to happen to us, and our bodies are being cleansed. The rivers of living waters are running through you and through this earth. We are all connected. Okay. And it's inside of you. My God, I didn't come to preach. I have some people I need to go bless. Everybody's struggling. Please understand that you have the ability to create your own reality just through the manifestation process. Faith is the substance. That is something of things, whatever it is you want. Let me tell you, seek first the kingdom and all these things shall be added. That's the one that you need to get, because this is about your frequency. This is about your frequency. And when God say the kingdom of heaven is on the inside of you, that's exactly where you have to go to get there. Okay? All right. Take some deep breaths. Take some deep breaths. Remember, when he breathed the breath of life into you, that is when you became a living soul. Okay? All right. I love you all. I just wanted to kind of touch bases, because I don't come on here like I have to bring myself to the point of wanting to be seen, because when you, that's something that it's certain things about me. It's not about that for me. So I just know that I have to come out and be seen to be heard. So I can't do nothing about that. I just have to get on here and obey God. So that's what I'm doing, because I see a lot of people are being misled, and they're not really misled. Everybody is awakening. So some people are dealing with distortions and stuff like that in their brains. And so it's not all together yet. It's coming together. I know we're all going to be okay, but I don't want nobody to worry about nothing. There is nothing to worry about. All of your needs are met, and you shall not want for nothing. Okay? I know that you may be having a hard time. You may be struggling, but I promise you, turn your mind to the God on the inside of you and see yourself where you want to be. Accept yourself for who you are and see yourself where you want to be and as the person that you desire to be.
You've seen this video.
Hey ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you destroy the young people of the next generation without them realizing it?
The way I would destroy the young people of the next generation without them even noticing is this. I'd start early, before they even know who they are. And I'd keep them so distracted, they never even think to ask. I'd remove purpose from their childhoods. Make sure they're addicted to dopamine before they even hit their teens. Until they're overstimulated, underdeveloped, and unable to sit still. So that by the time real life demands something from them, they're already slaves to impulse.
Oh.
I'd let them chase pleasure, chase noise, chase approval. And I'd make silence feel unbearable. Then I'd make faith look like homework, something boring, rigid, and irrelevant. I'd convince them that obedience and honoring parents is weakness, and package rebellion as self-love. I'd tell them independence means isolation, that needing people is embarrassing, that asking for guidance is outdated. I'd shift the culture so that sin looks like self-expression. Let them believe their desires are divine, and anything that restrains them, especially God, is their enemy. I'd glamorize influencers who stand for nothing. I'd make vanity look like confidence and make fame the highest form of validation. I'd keep them stuck by always comparing themselves to everything they see on social media. Then I'd keep them afraid of thinking deeply, ashamed of walking against the crowd, and desperate to fit in and belong to a world that's falling apart. And when they finally feel the emptiness, I'd make sure they never trace it back to the absence of God. I'd keep them chasing empty validation loops, podcasts, self-love routines, anything but submission. I'd tell them, you don't need a tribe. You don't need brotherhood. You don't need to be around people who remind you of God. And finally, I'd re-engineer the world itself so that the tribes of evil feel welcoming and the communities of truth feel foreign, weird, and boring. That's how I'd win. Not with blood, not with fire, but with confusion and comfort.
So what's the solution?
Now riddle me this. Motherfuckers was in Times Square, dog. The lights went out, came back on, and this motherfucking face popped up everywhere, just blinking like a motherfucker. What the fuck does this mean? What is that? What the fuck is that? See, this that shit I be talking about. Weird shit. Creepy as a motherfucker. Nah, if I was there watching that shit, and you know what I like to say, I would've liked to got the fuck on up out of there. Ain't no motherfucking way, dog. Everybody just chilling like that's regular daggler. That ain't regular daggler. You motherfuckers okay? Is y'all okay, dog? See, this that shit I don't like seeing. I would have been afraid. Very afraid. I might have started busting shots at that motherfucking screen. Who the fuck did that? Who hacked these motherfucking screens and put that face on there? Huh? Who put that motherfucking face on them screens in Times Square, and why the motherfucking lights turned off, huh? Somebody got some motherfucking explaining to do. You motherfuckers laughing and shit. Like some weird shit ain't just happened, dog. Crazy? Motherfuckers brave, ain't it? Brave as a motherfucker. Ain't even questioning shit. Everybody just chilling with this motherfucking face just staring at you and blinking. I ain't never seen this face before. This motherfucking face ain't never seen me. And I want to know who the fuck it is. Anybody got a clue? Anybody got a motherfucking clue, dog? I know I get a lot of love from New York. Y'all be watching all of my shit. Most of my followers from New York. So anybody from New York wanna tell me what the fuck that was? If you was there, put the shit in the comments and let a motherfucker know, because I tell you what, my black ass ain't going there. That's a big fact. You can keep Times Square to your motherfucking self. I don't want to be there and the lights go out. Next thing you motherfucking know, there's a face staring at me. Fuck no. This is like some Black Mirror shit.
And I guess you motherfuckers are comfortable with it. If you're from New York, put it in the comments. Let me know if you was there and if you got any idea what the fuck that is, dog. Peace.
It's about Lil Nas X. I got a few friends that went to school with him and they said he was never gay.
Are you serious?
So I know for a fact, like, what he doing is because, like, they told him, like, you gotta do this now.
A question about the gay agenda. You thanked it at the VMAs.
I want to say thank you to the gay agenda. Let's go, gay agenda!
Right in your
What
face.
is it? How do you define the gay agenda?
The gay agenda. There's been this plan. Like, we usually go to meetings on Wednesday in black clokes.
I was at my weekly Illuminati meeting.
Okay.
Draw like a big star and a circle on the ground.
It ain't take too long. Illuminati, man.
We have like these cups of blood, drink it.
I don't feel like I do look that young, but if I did, it would be all the baby blood.
And we kind of like planned like world domination, like to make everyone gay.
And I'm the co-chair of the entertainment division at Disney. We've covertly been inserting queerness into our films and television shows.
The thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents.
I told you I was crazy. Or the train. Would you believe me?
The devil stole all the good producers. The devil stole all the good musicians. All the good artists, all the good designers, all the good business people.
Mr. James.
Protecting your kids from the indoctrination of the media. The thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents that are purposely mixed in to lower the kids' superpower and esteem so that they can be more susceptible to consumption and feel that they need to consume and become a part of the robotic, numeric system that controls so much of the world.
Yes, I know that. Yes. Would you address? No. Would you? Nah. As one. And for me, I think a lot of black men have done it out of wanting to get to the next level.
One of the most important symbols of the ancient Druidic religion, the ancient Druids, was the magic wand. Merlin the magician with his magic wand. Remember Mickey Mouse with his magic wand? Magic wands were always made out of the wood of a holly tree. It was made out of Hollywood. They're still doing their magic in Hollywood, and we don't even understand what the word means. Hollywood is the wood of a holly tree. Holly is important to the Celtic Druids at Christmas time. Hollywood. The magic of Hollywood. It's Druidic, Jewish, Masonic symbolism. And then you begin to understand why MGM, finally it begins to dawn on you, why MGM has the roaring lion. That's right, the roaring lion is the sun in the constellation that begins summer. Summer begins in Leo, the constellation of Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. The Lion King. He is king over the northern hemisphere and over the earth and over Europe. And the first day of summer, which is in the constellation of Leo, he's the Lion King. They still make movies about it.